Hello, everyone, and welcome to Ballotpedia. I'm Abby. In the run-up to the November 5th, 2024 general election, Ballotpedia is bringing you our hallmark, nonpartisan, and objective information on noteworthy elections and ballot measures. In this video, I'll discuss West Virginia Amendment 1, the Prohibit Medically-Assisted Suicide, Euthanasia, and Mercy Killing measure, which will be on the November ballot in West Virginia as a legislatively referred constitutional amendment. The official title of this ballot measure is Protection of Persons Against Medically Assisted Suicide. Quote, "The purpose of this amendment is to protect West Virginians against medically assisted suicide," end quote. This ballot measure would add a new section, Section 23, to Article 3 of the West Virginia Constitution. If the amendment passes, you can see the specific text to be added by referring to the article about this measure on ballotpedia.org. Before discussing the details of this ballot measure and what a yes vote and what a no vote will mean, I have a few interesting facts to share about this measure's readability. Ballotpedia assigns readability scores to all ballot measures to indicate the reading difficulty of the text. These scores do not account for the difficulty of the ideas in the text. The average number of words in a 2024 ballot title was 68. West Virginia Amendment 1 is shorter with a ballot title word count of 21. Its readability scores of 14 for grade level and 15 for reading ease are equivalent to a bachelor's degree. You can check the resources at the end of this video for details on the objective systems we use for scoring ballot measure readability. The West Virginia State Legislature wrote the ballot language for this measure. In order to place a constitutional amendment on the ballot, a 2/3 vote in each chamber is required during one legislative session. This amendment was referred to the ballot in March of 2024. Okay, so now let's get back to the measure itself and what a yes vote or no vote will mean. I'm going to take some time to really spell it out because it can be confusing. A yes vote supports amending the West Virginia Constitution to prohibit people from participating in, quote, "the practice of medically assisted suicide, euthanasia, or mercy killing of a person," end quote. A no vote opposes amending the West Virginia Constitution to prohibit people from participating in, quote, "the practice of medically assisted suicide, euthanasia, or mercy killing of a person," end quote. So before moving on, I want to clarify that a yes vote is saying, yes, I want the West Virginia State Constitution to be amended to prohibit medically assisted suicide. It means, yes, I say no to medically assisted suicide in West Virginia. I want you to amend the state constitution to make it illegal. A no vote means I do not want the West Virginia Constitution to prohibit medically assisted suicide. It means no, I say yes to medically assisted suicide in West Virginia. I do not want you to amend the state constitution to make it illegal. Continuing on, if passed, what would West Virginia Amendment 1 do regarding assisted death? This amendment would prohibit people from participating in, quote, "the practice of medically assisted suicide, euthanasia, or mercy killing of a person," end quote. This practice is sometimes referred to as assisted death, assisted suicide, or aid in dying. This includes prohibiting healthcare providers and physicians. This amendment would not prevent the administration or prescription of medication to alleviate pain or discomfort while the patient's condition follows its natural course. It would not prohibit withholding or withdrawing of life-sustaining treatment at the request of the patient or patient's decision maker. It would not prevent West Virginia from providing capital punishment. Now let's look at how other states address assisted death. Physician-assisted death is legal in 9 states: California, Colorado, Hawaii, Maine, New Jersey, New Mexico, Oregon, Vermont, Washington, and the District of Columbia. Oregon became the first U.S. state to legalize physician-assisted death in 1997. It was decriminalized in Montana following a court ruling. 3 states, Colorado, Oregon, and Washington, legalized assisted death via ballot initiative. 6 states, California, Hawaii, Maine, New Jersey, New Mexico, and Vermont legalized assisted death by legislation. The last state to legalize assisted death by ballot initiative was Colorado in 2016. Let's talk about who supports and who opposes West Virginia Amendment 1. Vote for One, Care Not Killing is leading the campaign in support of this measure. Republican State Delegate Pat McGeehan said, quote, "It's vital to vote for Amendment 1 this November. It secures our state from medically assisted suicide and the culture of indifference and carelessness it promotes. It affirms the goodness of suicide prevention, and it sends a clear and confident message that West Virginia is not a place of fear and despair, but a state of courage and hope," end quote. Moving along now, let's talk about who is opposing Amendment 1. The national organization Death with Dignity said, quote, "This constitutional amendment would mark the first time any state amended its constitution to explicitly prohibit aid in dying. Never before has a legislature in this country mobilized an attack like this on terminally ill patients," end quote. The ACLU of West Virginia also opposes Amendment 1. Ballotpedia did not identify ballot measure committees registered to support or oppose the ballot measure, or any cash or in-kind contributions or expenditures. For additional information about West Virginia Amendment 1, including its full text, more arguments for and against it, you can click on the link below and make sure to check back with Ballotpedia for more nonpartisan and fact-based information on America's politics and elections. I'm Abby. Thank you so much for watching.